Hey guys, so we're back in the garage. So what I showed you earlier, well, this is a new day, but I showed you earlier, I was gonna test my welder, my TIG welder, to see if I can weld two frame tubes together, and because I only have 120 volts, and this is that piece, so I did a pretty good job, but I have come to the conclusion that I'm gonna have to do it in 240 volts because this is structural, and there were some guys saying that you can do it in 120 if you do a root pass and then you do several other passes, and that should be fine. Like some guys were saying, like, I've done that and my chopper for years has been great, no cracks or anything. Some guys are like, no, you need to do it in 240 volts. And so just to bring me peace of mind, I've decided to do 240 volts. So yeah, I don't have 120 volts. So I've either decided to rent a generator that has a 240 volt outlet, and in order to do it by generator, I have to have at least 5,000 watts of power to do that. Also, one of my brothers has offered his garage because he has an electric vehicle and he uses a 240 volt to charge that vehicle. So, and then he also, I told him, well, the thing is, if I do it in your place, I'm gonna have to haul this engine because I don't have a professional jig, to weld this thing. And also, like, with the voodoo instructions, you can use a jig, you can use the engine mounted and, tack weld and all that stuff. But also I would have to haul my welders and my gas cylinders. So I still haven't decided what I'm gonna do. Depends how much work I want to put in or how much I want to spend. It's just, yeah, so that's the situation. So no more 120 volts. Yeah, so if you guys have noticed, I stripped down the whole frame. So I strip out everything. The engine is right here. Heavy as fuck. Heavy engine. But so next step is to chop up the frame, and I have the instructions right here, so I'm going to show you where I'm going to be cutting it off. So right here, these two braces, the seat braces, this is going to be chopped off. And then some guys, they leave this gusset here, but the voodoo instructions, they're like, let me read you the sentence, or if you can see it. Let's see. Regardless what everyone says, remove the ugly ass gusset and grind clean. Yeah, so I'm gonna remove this, and then down the middle of this frame, this larger diameter part of the frame, these two are gonna be cut off. And then down here, 1 inch, if I measure from the exhaust bracket, 1 inch, that's gonna be cut off. But I'm gonna cut off first as far back as I can on both sides. And then over here, I'm gonna cut off as low as I can because this is a engine mount. So this is an engine mount. These are right here, engine mount right here, up here. Those are engine mounts, and then over here are engine mounts. And then these two over here are engine mounts. But yeah, that's what's gonna be chopped up. And then of course a lot of like other little brackets and stuff like that, but we'll get to that when we do. Right now I have it on top of my workbench. Still don't know if I'm going to be cutting this on top of the workbench or on the ground. I feel like in the ground it's a little bit more stable. And then with the welding, I've decided that I'm going to be using the two processes of welding this hardtail frame. So in the bottom, once I put the hardtail and fit it in and tack them in, I'm going to MIG weld this part, these two, and then there's gonna be another part right here that I'm gonna weld. And then up here, I'm thinking of TIG welding it because this is gonna be a nicer weld and I don't wanna grind that down. And I just like the look of TIG welding. It's so much nicer than MIG welds. But yeah, that's what I'm trying to do right now. So yeah, I'm not going to try the 120 volt outlet. So yeah, definitely 240 to frame the hardtail up. I'm still waiting on that hardtail. The thing is, yeah, that hardtail is made to order. I did contact the seller. He said that my tubes were bent. They just needed to be welded together. And yeah, and I believe he's not going to ship that out till the middle of this month. So we'll see whenever that happens. But I still need to chop this up, grind it down, prepare it, and decide what I'm going to do. If I'm going to take it to my brother's, weld it up there, haul all my equipment and weld it there. It's just that this engine is so fucking heavy, so I'm like, I don't want to haul it all the way across town. But yeah, that's the situation right now, so let's get to chopping this. All right, so I'm going to start by measuring the bottom part of the frame. So according to the Voodoo instructions of chopping the OEM frame, so these two bottom cross frames, you have to measure an inch. You have to cut an inch behind the exhaust bolts. So there's one over here and then there's one over here. So I have right here, hopefully you guys can see. So I measured an inch and 1/8. So I'm definitely going to be cutting more, or cutting, yeah, a little bit more behind than what I need, because I feel for this section right here, I'm going to be using the Sawzall. So I have it at 1/8, and I am going to measure how far back I need to cut. So that's from the exhaust mount, and then I measured 1/8. So gonna mark it right here, and then I'll take in consideration the curve. So I'm gonna be cutting right behind where I marked. So if any of you are ever gonna cut anything with an angle grinder, and also I have Ryobi, however you pronounce it. This was the first brand when I first started purchasing power tools. They were the cheapest power tools available with a decent price point. So yeah, so I have a whole bunch of Ryobi tools. But don't be a cheapo when it comes to these disc cutting tools. If you're gonna cut metal, I truly suggest that you invest in these Diablo only metal cutting tools. They're fucking great. And always be aware what direction you're supposed to install these and cut with. A lot more safer cutting tools, cutting metal, and then they last longer than the regular, the other disc cutting. So, truly recommend this tool, or this Diablo cutting disc. Here it is. It's chopped up. It's really crazy, surreal. I don't think I've ever done anything like this. Chopping up a frame is a big ordeal. Yeah, I've never done anything like this. It's pretty wild. Kind of nerve-wracking too. But yeah, this is our first go at a chopper build. Pretty excited. I also need to find out what other like stuff that it needs to be grinded down from part of the frame, OEM frame. I know there's like some tabs that need to be cut down and grinded down. I do have a grinder or sander that is specifically for tubing. So it'll, once like I sand it down, it'll be a nice even flow of grinding down tubes. So I got that. I guess this is it for this installation of the xs650 chopper build. I feel like the next video is going to be me welding the hardtail, and that won't be for some couple of weeks. I still don't know what type of welding I'm gonna be doing, or I know it's gonna be a 240 voltage, but I told you all about that. I don't want to be repetitive. But yeah, definitely the next video is going to be welding the hardtail to this OEM frame. Wherever it's going to be at, we'll see, but stay tuned. Thank you all for watching, and peace out.